Hey, what's up, Facebook, family, and friends? Woo, here we are. I'm running a little late this evening. Had a lot going on this evening. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. I always love that commercial. Happy hump day. But yeah, it's Wednesday, and then it's Work With Me Wednesday over here at Triple M, Money Management Matters, which is my business, my purpose, my passion, my ministry is to educate and help women make more money, save more money, and most importantly, protect that money. Yes, I use life insurance to protect the income of our families. Hello, Miss Raheem. How are you, dear? Thank you for joining. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Thank you. Let me know that you can hear me okay. I'm going to go ahead and check on my device and make sure I am streaming live on the book and also on YouTube. If you look like I am streaming live on YouTube. If you are not following me over on YouTube, honey, go ahead and scroll on over to YouTube and subscribe and hit that notification bell on YouTube so you know when I'm going live over there at Money Management Matters, at Money Management Matters. Hey, girl. Hey, how are you? Thank you for letting me know you can hear me. Thank you. So, I am coming to you tonight as day number 3. I am doing 10 days straight of money motivation, money moments in honor of Financial Literacy Month. Yes, April is Financial Literacy Month. It's the time of the year that has been set aside to really go in hard on your finances, right? To think more about where you are in your finances. Do you need to do better in different areas of your finances? Do you need to learn more about your finances? Learn more about money. Learn about a new skill when it comes to your money. Learn about making more money. Learn about saving more money in different areas outside of just your regular savings account. Or even it's a time where you can reevaluate your expenses, where can you cut back on some things, where you can reallocate some things, where you can think about, do I have all my finances in order? Am I on track to retire, in the next 10, 20, 30 years comfortably, to retire where I don't have to struggle, to retire where I don't have to continue to work or take on a part-time job? Or most importantly, am I prepared for when I'm no longer here and my family is still here and my family needs to be taken care of? That's where life insurance come into play. Life insurance is my profession and my passion. And I just like to make sure that all my families, all my ladies are sufficiently covered with life insurance and make sure that if something happens to them or something happens to their significant other or something happens to their children, that they have resources, they have money, they have something that they can draw from to continue on to live, okay? So that's what's very important, to be prepared and financially secure in that area. But during these 10 days, I'm going to give you a little bit of information about a point in financial literacy. And I'm also going to be using the Bible because in my practice, in my coaching, I do use biblical principles because I am a Christian. I believe in God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. And I truly believe that if we put God first in our finances, as well as every other area of our life, but also in our finances, that we will be more successful. We will have better money management skills. We will have money saved up like we should. We will be better prepared for our future, for our retirement, and for our families, okay? So with that being said, I have always used the Bible app, okay? I have the Bible app on my phone, and I use the Bible app, and I look up Bible plans, okay? So I use a plan, which ain't nothing but a devotional that we're going to read through and glean from. Hey, Nicole. Hey, girl. Hey, checking in from the YouTube streets. Thank you, girl, for logging in. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. How you doing this evening, Nicole? Hey, babe. Hey, Tara, babe. Diva Styles is in the house. Thank you, girl. Thank you, girl, for jumping on. How are you doing this evening? So, the Bible plan that we're using from the Bible is called Financial Fruit of the Spirit. So when I found this one, when I was praying about, Lord, what can I do for the month of April to talk about, money and the Bible and getting people back on track during Financial Literacy Month, he brought me to this devotional because it is so very it's very in line with what we're talking about as far as financial literacy. It's in line with growing of your money. When you think about fruit, you think about growing, you think about the seed, you think about the trees, you think about what we do to grow our fruits and what we do to grow vegetables and what we do to grow in nature, right? So it's correlated with money because we should be using money to grow. We should be using the seeds of knowledge, the seeds of financial literacy to grow our money. Terrence said, yes, got to keep the Lord. Girl, keep the Lord in our finances. Let them know. Let them know. Hey, everyone. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Tara. Hey, girl. Hey. All is well. Very good. I am doing good. Just a little rush today because I've been busy this afternoon. But thank God I am here, blessed and highly favored. Okay. Yes. Okay. So we are on day 3. We're on day 3 of 10 days. So if you all stick with me for the next 7 days, I'm going to go live every single day, God willing, at 9:30, same time, same place. And then after that, I'm going to be inviting you all to a financial workshop. I'm having my first financial workshop of 2023. It's going to be Saturday, April 22nd at 11 a.m. It's going to be in person and it's going to be virtual. So if you are not near me here in Howell County, Georgia, you can also register for the virtual because I'm going to have my Zoom account open in the room so you can catch me via Zoom. So I'll be dropping the link for that each night of the 10 days. So the fruits of the Spirit. We all know the fruits of the Spirit if we are Christians and we have read our Bible. The first night of this devotional, we went through the fruits of the Spirit, which was, let me just quickly go back through the fruits just in case someone on here don't know. It's from Galatians 5:22. The fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Galatians 5:22 will list your fruits of the Spirit. Okay, so last night we talked about love, and love just took me right back to February where I talked to you guys about Valentine's Day being the love month, February being the love month because it's Valentine's Day, right? Well, when I think of love, I think of the love that we have for our families, which is that blood love because that's our relatives. But we also have to think about the love, agape love, that we have for our communities, for our neighbors, for our co-workers, for our friends. Now that we have social media, for our social media friends, for our business friends, for our connections, for our followers, whatever the case may be. If you love those people and you love like God would have us love, then we will provide. We would give when where giving is needed, right? For our families, if we truly love our families, our love is going to be in preparing and having better money management skills so that we are prepared for their future, not only our future, but their future. And again, if with life insurance, that's where life insurance come in. It's just like a love letter. It's a love provision that you're leaving for your family because you love them so much that you don't want them to have to be struggling or distressed in time of sorrow, right? So that's where love came in. So tonight we're talking about joy. We're talking about joy tonight. So the devotional starts with, don't worry, be happy. Y'all remember that song? Don't worry, be happy. Go, Lisa. Congratulations. Thank you, girl. This is a catchy song that suggests a simple remedy for troubling times. But we all realize it's just not that easy. The problem lies in the fact that life happens. Of course, we all know life happens. Things are going to happen in our life beyond our control. Example, 2020. We all know what 2020 brought. It happened and it was beyond our control, right? It is circumstance. Sometimes our circumstances change. Circumstance could be we could lose a job, right? We could get demoted from a job. We're not bringing in as much money. We could get hurt on the job. We could get sick and we can't work. Problems crop up and people don't do what we want them to do, right? So that happens a lot too. Happiness is dependent on circumstances being right. So long as everything is going right, that's when we're happy, right? And a lot of times when everything is going right, that's when we forget about God. We forget about thanking God for the things that are going right. We're so happy go lucky. We got money coming in. We spending money left and right. We eating out all the time. We driving the nice cars. We got the nice home. Bam, everything is good. And we ain't stopped one time and said, Lord, thank you. Lord, thank you. Biblical joy, though, is choosing to respond to external circumstances with inner contentment and satisfaction. That's another a commandment from God, is to be content with what you have, not to be envious of what others have, not to live above our means, and not to forget that it all comes from God anyway. Because we know that God will use these experiences to accomplish his work and through our lives. Joy is a choice to be content regardless of your circumstances, right? So even when things are going bad, when something has happened in your life, when you don't have enough money, when you are living paycheck to paycheck, when you get sick or whatever the case may be, God wants us to still be joyful. But how many of you know if we have prepared for these things financially, it's easier to be joyful, right? If we have not prepared financially, then we're not going to have any joy. We're going to be upset. We're going to be sad, stressed, and on the verge, because we don't have sufficient resources or sufficient monies set aside to help us get through the circumstance that just happened. Understanding what encourages joy in your life can help you cultivate it and build up your resources for when circumstances are difficult. Okay, so it starts with an understanding. It starts with an understanding that first you have to prepare. First, you have to build up your resources, build up your money, save more money, save that emergency fund. Okay, do what you have to do. Get more money coming into your income. Have multiple streams of income. I talk about that all the time because one is just not going to get it for some households anymore. We got to have 2 or 3 things coming in. Figure out what your special skill and ability is that you can monetize, okay? But we have to have that understanding first, and that understanding starts with financial literacy. It starts with how your money works. It starts with interest that you're paying on certain things. It starts with knowing about credit card debt and knowing about keeping your credit score up so that you can get the best interest. So you're not paying way too much interest. So you're not wasting money, things like that. So it starts with financial literacy. One of the most challenging Christian concepts was described by Jesus's half brother. My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience. Okay. So this is saying it, even, everything that we go through, even in the good times and the bad times, if we do count it all joy, we already know that we're going to have the faith. We already have faith that God is going to get us through it. Does that make sense? And it's going to help produce patience. So we're going to have the patience to wait on God, right? To wait on a word from God, to wait on God to say, yes, now is the time to purchase a home. Okay. When you are making a certain amount of money, when you are run across the home that's within your budget, when you have been promoted at your current job to another position, whatever the word from God may be, but you have to have the patience to wait on that. That scripture was James 1, 2, and 3. James 1, 2, and 3. We can respond to life's trials with genuine joy if we know that the Lord has a purpose for why he would allow these difficult times of suffering and trials. Okay. So that makes me think back to 2020. Why in the world do you think God would allow something like that to happen, to a pandemic to happen, something to happen that sent us all home, where we couldn't leave, where we felt like prisoners in our own home, where we was, frightened and fearful of catching something and dying, right? We have to have that genuine joy and faith in God to know that what he's doing is for a purpose. And it's for us as Christians to pray, open our mind, and listen and wait for the answer for that. And don't, I know it's hard, but don't go into a state of anger or a state of fearfulness or a state of depression or something like that, because we don't understand what's going on, right? So that can also happen in your money. Again, connecting it back to financial literacy. When we don't understand what's going on with our money, when we don't understand why we can't pay all our bills and have money left over, then we go into feelings of depression and distress and worry, right? And God is not the author of worry, right? He don't want us to worry. He wants us to be abundant. So he would allow these difficult things. Okay. In this passage, the purpose for trials is to produce patience or endurance in our lives, right? The spiritual fruit called joy enables us to be content and give thanks in whatever economic circumstances in which we find ourselves. Paul's writing not from the London Soy Hotel, but a Roman dungeon. This Paul was writing. When Paul was writing this, he wasn't in a hotel. He was in a dungeon. Understand this. Rejoice in the Lord always. I will say it again. Rejoice. Okay. Philippians 4 and 4. Let's go on down. Joy does not come from economic success. So that's saying God does not want us to look at money as a means to our joy, right? Of course, having money is going to make living easier. It's going to give us more options. It's going to give us more choices. It's going to give us easier living, but it should not be the initial joy. Our initial joy in life should be living for God, to be faithful to him. Oh, I see a lot of comments. Let me see. My mom loved that song. Girl, yes. Was it Don't Worry, Be Happy? Hey, Sandra, girl, thank you for jumping in. How are you, girl? How are you? We have to prepare. Absolutely. Thank you, Miss Sandra, for commenting, engaging. Hey, Sandra, look. Hey, Sandra, we ain't seen you in a while. It's good to see you, girl. It is so good to see you. Rejoice. Yes. Joy has its spring deep down inside, and that spring never runs dry. No matter what happens, only Jesus gives that joy. He had joy singing its music within, even under the shadow of the cross. God had joy. So choose joy and allow that spirit to flow no matter in which economic condition you find yourself. It has little to do with the circumstances of your lives and everything to do with the focus of your life. So when you focus on having better money management skills. It's all about the mindset, and it's all about setting that focus and that strategy on your money and doing what thus said the Lord say about your money. And then you're going to automatically have that joy. That joy is just going to keep flowing. It's going to be joyful in the good times and joyful in the bad times. Because when bad times come, you already know where your help comes from, right? We already know where our help comes from. And if we are having difficulties in our finances, if we don't have that life insurance policy that we know we need, that's where God will send the voice, my voice. He will send my voice or the voice of any other financial educator that's going to tell you, listen, it's time for you to get some help with your finances. It's time for you to learn financial literacy. April is the month they set aside for this, though we need it all year round. But April is the month that it's been set aside. But it's a good time to really think. It's a good time to really focus. It's a good time to really say, yeah, I don't have everything in order like I should have. And God is telling us now at this time, I feel like in this season, that we got to do better. We got to think about the things that's going on in the world. We all know what's going on. We have people dying, unfortunately, just from being in the wrong place at the wrong time. And then, of course, people was dying from the virus. We just never know. Nobody knows the time nor the place that God is going to bring us home. So therefore, he expects for us to live as though we don't know and be prepared. Okay, let's see. Sandra said, car problems. Girl, no. Well, I hope and pray you got them problems straightened out, honey. I know that's one of them things that happens too when we have problems with our vehicles and things. Yeah, so we got to do better. Yeah. And that's one of them times where your finances can get out of whack because you have something like car problems come up, or you have something like health problems come up, or one of your children, get a broken arm, or fall off their bicycle, or whatever. Y'all know life happens. Life happens. But thank God we have joy, and thank God that we have resources, and that we, get knowledge, get wisdom, get knowledge, get financial literacy, so we know how to handle these things. Okay, so that's all I'm going to speak on for tonight. I hope and pray something I said was a blessing to you. Stick with me for another few days, another 7 days. I'm going 10 days straight, coming live, talking about the fruits of the Spirit and how it relates to our money, and talking a little bit about financial literacy. And then it's going to lead right on up to my financial workshop. So listen, this financial workshop is really, I want to have it to be like an open forum. I want you to bring your questions. If you have questions about anything in your finances, I want you to write them questions down, and I want you to bring them to the workshop. Because not only will I be speaking, I have a special guest that's going to be with me. Her name is Kimma Mack. She has a credit repair business. So she's going to be talking a little bit about credit, getting your credit right, honey. Because I'm going to tell you something. As long as you got good credit, your credit is good, you're going to always save money, because you're going to get the best interest rates on whatever it is you're trying to purchase. If you're trying to purchase a car, you're going to get the 0 interest rates to 2 or 3% interest rates. And little do you know, a lot of people don't know this, that even with life insurance, when they put in a life insurance policy application, they look at your credit report. They look at your credit report and see how you're paying your bills and see how much debt you're in. And that can affect your premium. Just like with everything else. Car insurance, cell phone bill, light bill, water bill. Y'all know, apartment complexes. If you live in, just now starting to live out on your own, and you get an apartment, they're going to run a credit report. So your credit is very important part of financial literacy. So she's going to be giving us some information on that. So it's not just going to be me talking for the full 2 hours. We'll probably go about 2 hours, but it's going to be Kimma as well, giving her expert insight on keeping your credit score up. up, up, up. So I'm going to drop the link to register for this workshop in the comments after we get off of here. And so I'm hoping to see you there with your fabulous questions so that we can get our finances in order. Okay, so with that, I pray you all have a wonderful rest of your night, and hope to see you back here tomorrow night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You are so welcome. Good night, ladies. Good night. And you all be blessed. It's a racket. Oh, apartments. Girl, I'm trying to tell you, it's all about that financial literacy, okay? If we get our finances in order, we should not, just my opinion, have to live in apartments. But, you know, we don't know what we don't know. It's nice to see you as well, Sandra, girl. You have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful night. You're welcome, Nicole. Thank you for checking in live. And anybody catch this on the replay, honey, hit that hashtag replay. Let me know you scroll through, and y'all share the video. Share the video out with your family and your friends, okay? I appreciate you all. Have a good night.